Bhatnagar, getting you all the top stories over the next 60 minutes. We're beginning this broadcast with some breaking developments coming in. And these are details as far as the meeting of the opposition bloc, the I.N.D.I.A alliance is concerned. This is the first coordination meeting of the opposition bloc that in fact has started at NCP Chief Sharad Pawar's residence here in the national capital. We are getting visuals of various leaders from the opposition bloc who have already started arriving. Some visuals on your screen. You can see the likes of Sushmita Dev and others. So as we pointed out, this is going to be a very crucial meet as far as the opposition bloc, the I.N.D.I.A is concerned. This is happening here in the national capital at the residence of Sharad Pawar. Let's also now bring in our colleague Sharon Elizabeth, who in fact is tracking these developments. She's joining us from outside where the meet is happening. So Sharon, we're already getting some visuals coming in. First, just talk to us about the leaders who've already arrived.
Well, at Sharad Pawar's residence, we are seeing already D. Raja from the CPI has arrived. Apart from that, Javed Ali Khan from the Samajwadi Party, K.C. Venugopal from Congress Party, Tejasvi Yadav from the RJD has arrived, and the leaders are only coming. So these are the visuals of more such leaders. You can see Raghav Chadda from the Aam Aadmi Party, who has now arrived at the residence of Sharad Pawar. So moments from now, the meeting is going to begin. Now remember, there are 14-member coordination committee that has in fact been formed by the I.N.D.I.A alliance, but out of these 14 members, only 11 members are going to be present in the meeting, because when we talk about Lalan Singh, he is suffering from dengue. He has not reached the national capital. Apart from that, Abhishek Banerjee was summoned by ED, so he will also be absent from the meeting. And also we are hearing is that CPIM has not really decided that who is going to be the member who is going to represent in the I.N.D.I.A alliance. There is going to be a Politburo meeting by the CPIM on 16th and 17th, and then only they will give a name to the I.N.D.I.A alliance who will represent them at the coordination meeting. So almost all leaders, around 11 of them, has arrived already, and now moments from now the meeting is going to begin. The focus, of course, is going to be the rallies, the joint meeting that is going to be done, the meeting on ground that is going to begin by the end of October is what we are being told. Apart from that, seat sharing is one of the crucial issues that are going to be discussed. Sources also suggest that there are differences that are out in the open. So to sort out those issues where all the seat sharing is possible, all those discussion is going to take place in this particular meeting, which is the first time the coordination committee is meeting for the first time. The campaign committee, on the other hand, already met last week, and now this becomes a very important meeting, because they are going to guide the campaign committee about the rallies and the joint rallies or the meetings that are going to be scheduled, and accordingly campaign committee is going to chart out or schedule those meetings, and accordingly the rally will happen, is what the sources have been suggesting right now.
Okay, Sharon, we'll just request you to stay on with us, because we also have our colleague and senior editor Pallavi Ghosh, who's also now joining us on the broadcast. Pallavi, speaking specifically as far as the agenda or the vision for this meet is concerned, you've been pointing out that time is running out as far as the strategy for the alliance is concerned. Seat sharing is a huge concern, because there are concerns for states like Punjab, West Bengal and some others where the differences between parties within the opposition bloc is out in the open. On those lines, what are your sources telling you? How much progress can be made in this meet?
Well, I mean, today I think it's going to be the first baby step which really will be taken, Ridhima, towards a larger question on whether there can be a complete seat sharing. At the Mumbai meeting, there was a little bit of a heartburn where Mamata Banerjee, Arvind Kejriwal, Nitish Kumar, Lalu Prasad Yadav, all of them pressurized the Congress party that since you're taking the lead as far as the framing of the resolution is concerned, you must give a deadline for the seat sharing, which was actually not given. So there was a little bit of being upset about it. The problems are many. You've also already mentioned in the case of Punjab and Delhi, West Bengal, and Kerala also for that matter, where the Congress party would certainly want to have an upper hand but the left and the Congress are allies in West Bengal but are opponents in Kerala. So that is going to be one huge issue over there. Sorting this out may not be all that easy. The ambitious plan is that at least on 440 seats, they want to have a single joint candidate because they don't want to divide the anti-BJP votes. But this is easier said than done. Today is going to be that first meeting, a kind of a guideline will be decided. And then, of course, we'll go to a larger India front fourth meeting, which is expected to take place soon. And in that is where it's going to be discussed threadbare.
And before I go back to Sharon, another aspect that I want to discuss with you, Pallavi, is the absence of the TMC. Now, we all know that there was a summon that was given to Abhishek Banerjee, so the TMC has decided not to send anyone else as well. Is it fair to say that they want to send out a larger message that the agencies and everybody already knew the schedule and date of the meeting, and despite that the summons were given on the same date, so this is just vendetta politics and nothing else?
Well, the date for today's meeting was decided much earlier, and according to the Trinamool Congress, the ED was aware of this, the central government was aware of this, yet deliberately they've summoned Abhishek Banerjee, who is a part of this committee, and therefore they decided not to send anyone else in his place because they feel that their entire messaging they want to make is lost. And what is the messaging? The messaging is very simple, that there's a systematic targeting of opposition leaders and misuse of CBI, ED and other investigative agencies. And in fact, at the meetings which have taken place till now, possibly today also and the next meetings also, I think there's one factor which unites most of the constituents, because all of them say that they have suffered in the hands of the investigative agencies, and therefore they feel that this is the time for all of us to come together. The Chandrababu Naidu arrest is also something they may are likely to pick up. In fact, if you remember, Mamata Banerjee was the first one to condemn his arrest. Whether it's the TMC, Congress, RJD, JDU, all of them, they say they have been a victim of the misuse of investigative agencies. So this is one more issue, umbrella under which all of them can be united.
Okay, Pallavi, we'll request you to stay on with us. Let's bring Sharon also back in the conversation. Sharon, are you seeing any other leaders who've arrived?
Well, almost 11 leaders have already arrived, starting from D. Raja, Raghav Chadda, Javed Ali Khan, also Tejasvi Yadav, KC Venugopal. Gurdeep Sappal is also interestingly here. He was in fact part of the campaign committee, but he is also present in this meeting. So this is going to be a very crucial meeting, is what the sources have been telling us, because this is going to set the ball rolling when it comes to the campaign, how is going to be the process of the campaigning when it comes to the assembly elections as well as the Lok Sabha elections. One discussion is going to be whether there is going to be joint rallies in the upcoming assembly elections also. There are 5 states that are supposed to go into elections. Whether there is going to be a joint rally or meetings, whether the India alliance will also be, setting their foot as far as the assembly elections are concerned. That will also be discussed. And this is going to be an outline of what is going to be the seat sharing line, because the sources have been suggesting that it is going to be the state party unit that are going to decide as far as the seat sharing is concerned, but how the discussion should be, how the process should be, that is something that they are going to guide the campaign committee and others. Now, I also want to show you another leader who has in fact come for the meeting. Let me just check. So this is Mehbooba Mufti from PDP, who has in fact now arrived. We have to wait for Omar Abdullah as well, because he has not arrived yet.
Okay.
So Mehbooba Mufti has in fact arrived at the moment. So around 11 of the leaders are going to be part of this meeting. 3 leaders are going to give it a miss.
Yes.
That is Lalan Singh from the JDU, because he is suffering from dengue. Apart from that, Abhishek Banerjee, because he has been summoned by the ED, and CPIM has not sent any representation.
Okay. So Sharon, just stay on with us. As Sharon is pointing out, there are about 11